I can't do it. I've never felt like a video or online content that I've ever created was a benefit for society. It got to the point where I realized that I was mentally drained, but more importantly, like I was spiritually drained, man. I'm around a lot of evil people. Man, I just really realized, man, like I can't do it like that. I gotta protect myself. So the thing I'm coming on here to say is, am I gonna stop doing prey catchers? Okay, y'all, so this is what's going on. Man, last week was a great week, obviously, right? We got 6 dudes, I'm not gonna count that last dude because we didn't even get to talk to him. So, but all in all, we went up to 6 dudes in 5 days, 6 days, right? So 6 dudes caught, 4 of them arrested, 1 of them pending arrest. The other one went to go turn himself in, should have gotten arrested, but Ohio, they don't accept chat logs unless it's police, so they let him go, even though the guy turned himself in and confessed everything, but it is what it is. But overall, very, very, very successful week. Now, after the dude in Oregon, and we submitted all the evidence over to the Oregon Police Department, your boy wanted to go back home. I just needed to like freaking release myself, pause. I needed to just, I need to cleanse myself, man. And so all last week, I just relaxed. From Monday last week until today, like, didn't do anything. I literally just stayed inside all day. I feel like it was like a little bit of depression, can't even cap. Because if you're staying inside all day, that is not a good thing. And that's exactly what I did all last week. I stayed inside the whole time. And I battle with bouts of like depression, like nothing like, obviously like super bad or anything, but I definitely do battle with bouts of depression, even when things are going quote unquote great. And I just like during that week, I was just thinking about a lot of things. And one of the main things that I was thinking about was, it's just, man, I'm around a lot of evil people for so much of my time. And what I mean by that is, chat, like, I've done this so much and I'm so into catching these dudes and stuff like that to the point where it's like, I'm having dreams about catching guys. And I'm also having nightmares about catching guys. And like, my nightmares are the police letting the dudes go. Like, I promise you guys, I'm not over here exaggerating or anything. Like, my girl, she'll literally hear me talking in my sleep about, don't let him get away, blah, 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 blah. And like, it's literally in my sleep. Like, so my whole day is just dedicated to getting these dudes. And then even my dreams are about these dudes. And it's just one of those things where it's just like, damn. Because obviously, I feel like I'm doing the Lord's work, man, getting these dudes off the streets and everything, and, making it safe, and, getting people's past abusers and stuff like that, getting justice for these people to where they see their abusers going to jail and stuff. Like, it's a great thing, but also you guys got to realize, man, I'm human. And, in the Bible, Moses, he would listen to all the people of Israel's problems, right? And he would listen to all their problems, and it started weighing on him. Like he would hear like the smallest of small problems to the biggest of biggest problems, and it got to the point where his wife's husband, so his father-in-law, came to Moses and was like, Moses, if you keep on doing it like this, you're going to kill yourself. And he was just telling Moses how it wasn't healthy. And he was like, Moses, you need to set it up to where, the not so big issues and the immediate big issues can be handled by other people. And you just worry about the bigger stuff to where you're not killing yourself. And Moses eventually listened and he got rejuvenated and stuff. And so I'm not sitting up here and saying that I'm going to stop because I love this too much. Like, genuinely, when I tell you guys I love this, I love this. But I am not going to do what I did last week, y'all. Like, a week of just every single day in and day out, traveling, going to different places, taking flights and stuff like that, no break, just catching these dudes. I can't do it. Genuinely, I don't know how Alex does it, man. Like, it's not even that it's like the traveling aspect that gets to me. It's just like, bro, like, these dudes spirits, y'all. You know, I know you guys are like, man, I don't see how JiDion can talk to these dudes. I don't see how JiDion can, like, you know, have a conversation. And, like, I'm going to be honest, too. Like, I don't know how I can do it either. Like, genuinely, like, I just got to give all praises to the Most High because it's a very taxing thing to hear the stories that these dudes are doing to children, to listen to what these dudes are watching and stuff, and then sometimes even seeing the stuff that they're watching and hearing about their past victims and stuff like that. And it's not just, it's not really a physical thing, because it's not that I was physically tired. It got to the point where I realized that I was mentally drained, but more importantly, like, I was spiritually drained, man. Like, y'all, just to put into perspective, the guys that we went and got last week, this isn't even all the dudes, but I'm just gonna show you guys so you guys can see kind of like the spiritual toll. So this dude right here, this is Moses Torres. We caught him in Illinois. He was coming to meet a 13-year-old girl and stuff like that. It was pretty, you know, bottom of the barrel stuff and everything. It wasn't too bad. This dude right here was a huge cheese pizza trader. Freaking, you know, has been watching CP for almost his entire adult life. Just an evil, evil, evil dude. And, you know, the stuff that he was telling our decoys is just disgusting. Then this dude right here, Jose Ortega, this dude also a huge CP trader, talking about how he has as young as the age of infants and stuff. Then this dude right here, over here, you know, saying that it was his brother that did something to their cousin, but really, you know, they use that as a scapegoat, so it's more than likely him, you know, came to meet a 13-year-old girl and all that. Then this dude right here, Isaiah Martinez, man, like, before I even came out and went to go talk to him, when Alex was talking to him, this dude is talking about how, you know, he did stuff to his sister. Dude's talking about having stuff, 2-hour-long videos of infants, just all this. And keep in mind, chat, this was Monday, this was Wednesday, this was Wednesday, this was Thursday, this was Thursday. Like, these aren't even all the dudes that we caught that week, but all these dudes were in the span of 1 week, back to back to back to back. And, you know, I think I just really realized, man, like, I can't do it like that. Like, I give Alex so much props for, like, just the endurance to do that. It's not a physical thing. It's mentally and spiritually draining, where they caught, Alex and the team, they caught 30 dudes in 1 month. And it's just like, chat, like, I think spiritually, I would have been spiritually taken over, you know? And it's one of those things when you deal with demons, bro, and these dudes are literal demons. You gotta be careful. You gotta protect yourself. And I gotta protect myself. So the thing I'm coming on here to say is, am I gonna stop doing preg catches? No, I'm not gonna stop doing preg catches. But I'm definitely gonna dial it back to where I'm never doing something like that again, where we went out to go get 6 dudes or 7 dudes in 1 week. Like, I'm never doing that again, y'all. And I just can't, man. And I've always had, like, dreams, you know, like, you know, thinking about preg catches and stuff like that. But every night, just having dreams about catching these dudes and these monsters, like, whoo! It's mentally, and spiritually, more importantly, draining. You know, I just want to let you guys know that. But, you know, we've had a little bit of setbacks, too. My security guard, you guys know him, Jimmy, and stuff like that. Been working with Jimmy since, how long have I been working with him? Since August, I've been working with Jimmy. I've been working with Jimmy since August, so that's August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. That's 9 months working with somebody. Sadly, definitely like no bad blood or nothing bad. It's just that, the security detail that he works with, they don't want him traveling anymore. So, we lost Jimmy. I feel like an integral part to what we're doing. And it's like, oh man, it's like blow after blow. And then it's like this blow spiritually and stuff like that. It sucks. And I had to hit up Alex to, kind of get some reassurance. And I had to hit up my girl for reassurance. And I had to hit up my Lord and Savior for reassurance, y'all. And it's like, genuinely, I try my best with this, I try my best with this. But these things aren't something that you can't just, like, half-ass this. You know what I mean? You can't have your mind elsewhere when you're out doing this. When you're out going to get these dudes, you have to be fully locked in. That's why, we had a guy that we were supposed to catch tomorrow where I wasn't fully locked in. So the best thing I decided to do was, with all this stuff going on, I gave it to another preg catcher that I know that lives out in that area, and I gave him all the details. And I'm like, yo, man, I'm not going to be able to go get this guy, but please go get him, because still, like, these dudes got to get got. The reason why I wanted to stream, y'all, is because I want to get lightened up a little bit. You know what I mean? I want to get some joy back into my spirit. And I want to, like, rejuvenate my spirit. I want to, feel energized and stuff like that. So whenever I go and get these dudes, man, I feel great. And, the work shines through for you guys as well. So, yeah. Yeah, man, that's pretty much it, y'all. I do want to start doing streams because it's one of those things where it's like, obviously, I'm not going to have a dude every day, but, like, I be wanting to work. I be wanting to do stuff. I be wanting to put in that work for you guys, and I be wanting to, do all that. I want to start streaming more. I want to do IRL stuff for you guys. I want to do reactions again. I just want to, definitely, I feel like two people kind of, like, made me realize, I consider peers, that made me realize, you know what, I got to get some joy back. And, obviously, we're going to keep on catching these dudes. You guys know that. But it's one of those things where it's just like, I need to also take care of myself. And, for the people, it's like, if it's getting mentally draining for me, I can only imagine how it is for some of you guys. I can only imagine how it is for people that probably went through this and they can't sit there and watch that stuff because it's like a trauma being reactivated. Like, genuinely, like, even though we did great views and stuff like that, it's still, I know there's people that, like, probably felt alienated from it. Can you do an explanation of why you started catching preds? Man, I love it. I genuinely love it. Like, it's not only just fun, but it's one of the things where it's like, I've never felt like a video or online content that I've ever created was a benefit for society. Like, it might have, like, helped people, tune stuff out. They might have been going through, like, bad day at the job or a bad day at school or something personal in their life, and it was a great distraction. But I never felt like I was creating something that genuinely was beneficial. Like, I feel like the most beneficial stuff I did before the preg catching was, like, the getting people towards God and stuff. But like, just content wise, I never felt like I did anything that was that beneficial. But then doing this and just seeing the response and just, like, the utmost respect that people were having and stuff like that, and the love people were showing, it was truly just, like, heartfelt. It was heartfelt. It was beautiful. And I just genuinely loved it. I love it. And then, like, getting these dudes put away and stuff like that. It's just too many examples and reasons to tell you why I love it so much, but I love it.